It's Austin, Texas. This is Stacker News Live.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Stacker News Live. I'm Car. I'm with my BFF, Keyan.
That's me. I'm Keyan.
And I'm sick this week, guys. I'm sick this week, Stackers.
Send Car some menudo in the mail, guys. Send it to PlebLab.
621 East 6th Street.
Yeah. What is it? What do you do? It's like notice.
Have you gotten sick yet? I'm sure you're going to get sick after this episode.
I think I might be a little bit sick already,
Yeah.
but it's hard to tell. Like I have a little bit of a throat, a little congested, a little headache, but I'm having this beer to help. I hope it helps.
Yeah, I've just been Saturday since BitBlock Boom. Like after BitBlock Boom, it was a week last week, man. There's so much going on.
It was a week. I believe it was on the calendar.
Yeah, it
took place in the
it
year.
was a crazy week.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it just kind of, there's a couple other people that got sick too. I think it was just going around the conference.
Yeah, I mean, these things are like, these are the spreaders of, it's when people are getting together. When we're being people, that's when the viruses like to come take us.
This is how COVID started last time, I think.
Yeah, it was a Bitcoin conference.
It's a Bitcoin conference.
Yeah.
It was the Bitcoin.
It was released at a Bitcoin conference they're trying to disrupt the Bitcoin's GDP.
Yeah. I think last year or maybe it was a year before, I feel like there's every BitBlock Boom, there's another virus that gets new released. Maybe they're just attacking us. You think they're attacking us?
They do have there are a lot of heavy hitters coming to BitBlock Boom. They're here.
I don't know, man.
That's the one to attack.
Anyways, we got TabConf next week. We'll jump into that kind of stuff later in the show. If this is your first time watching Stacker News Live, we cover the top 5 Stacker News posts of the week. And it's voted by you, the Stackers. If you don't have an account, you should probably get like 5 of them before Keyan shuts the gates.
Yeah, you guys never know. I might not be able to keep up with the demand here.
I'm just saying. It's do yourself a favor. Be like Car. Have 2, at least. All right. With that, let's get to the top 5 stories. The first top story of the week is Anita Posh Sats Raiser. This is 2.7 million sats. Can I get a woo doggy? 100K boost, 84 comments from Siggy47. The legend of the stacker continues. What's going on with this?
Yeah, this is great. So Siggy has been planning to do this, I think, for, I don't know, probably like 2 weeks. But Siggy wanted to has been a big fan of Anita for a long time. It's this post kind of details. And he wanted to raise sats for all of her initiatives, Bitcoin for Fairness. And more recently, she's doing I always forget the title, Crack the Orange, which is an educational platform. And so he'd been scheming with me, trying to figure out how he could do this. And I basically just told him to just post it, and I'm pretty sure it would do well. And it did. So we raised, I think at this point, it's something like 2.7 million sats for Bitcoin for Fairness. And I'm sure it brought, made some people aware of the project, maybe that weren't. But really, it's the highest earning post we've ever had. And I think an overwhelming success. But yeah, I think it's really cool. And I'm excited to maybe help more projects like this in the Bitcoin space, raise money maybe. I don't know how we're going to do it, but anyway, it's
pretty cool, man.
Really cool.
This is like every once in a while in the Bitcoin space, you see some beautiful light that just shines through and really envelops like what we are all really trying to do here. And this is one of those stacker. This is going to come, honestly, Keyan, I think this might go down as a legendary Stacker News post. I don't know if we have legendary yet as a marker yet, but this might go down as one of those because we love Siggy. Siggy's like a all-time legendary stacker, but like, man, the work that Anita's doing. And there was somewhere I read here where she said that the reason she wanted to do it in Africa is because if she couldn't do it here, did you read that? Where she said like, if it couldn't be done here, if it could be done here, it could probably be done everywhere else or something like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of motivations it seemed like she had, and that was perhaps one of them. I think she did want to prove that it could be done.
Mm-hmm.
It could be done there. It could solve the mission it really intended to solve. It seems like, in addition to like so many other motivations that I think are present when you're doing something like this.
Yeah, she came in the comments and she said, "Oh, Siggy47, absolutely blown away by this text about my work. The best description anyone has written. Thank you so much for all you do." And then Darth Coin jumped in and said, "You deserve it. Your work is so appreciated for so many years. I was watching your work from the beginning. Well done." Siggy jumped in and said, "That's very kind, Anita, but you're the one who deserves the thanks from all of us. I hope we can raise enough sats for you today to make a difference." Man, gosh, he even got Darth in there. Gosh.
Yeah, and he was a sweetheart.
See, there you go, stackers.
Absolutely.
Darth approved.
It's still getting sats too. I think on the first day it was only around like 2 million sats, and so we've added another 700,000 sats to it. So,
okay, so I guess my question is behind the scenes. You're gonna get these. What I thought you had a limit on the amount of sats that you could have sitting in the wallet.
No, that's only when you're using Stacker News as a wallet but like if you're using it for like internals apps, internals apps at this point have no limit. So, but internals apps do incur a fee.
Okay.
So it's going to prevent people from, doing weird stuff with it that they shouldn't be doing and using it like they would like a normal wallet. They'll only use it. You should only be using Zaps for like internal Stacker News stuff attached to like items. So the million sat wallet limit only applies to like, you're having a friend pay you for work you did for them.
Okay. So you can't really use it like
Wallet of Satoshi
or something.
We don't want to be Wallet of Satoshi for you.
But you can't use it for something like that results in a post of a sort.
What do you mean?
As far as the holding amount threshold.
Yeah, you can use it. You can receive more than 1 million sats on a post, but you can't receive at like via an invoice to your account.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. That was my only question behind it.
Yeah.
Stackers, check it out. This is I think this is going to go down as one of the legendary posts of Stacker News for sure. It's already legendary post. This is kind of stuff you saw on Reddit early on, remember? Where like they raised money for like a canoe and stuff.
I don't remember the canoe race, but maybe
yeah, they did and then they did didn't they do like it was an altcoin, but maybe we'll see more of this. Who knows? Keyan?
I definitely hope so. There are people asking for this as like a feature. I don't know. Maybe we could do some kind of like collab with Geyser and figure this out, because I assume they have some more, some really bright ideas given their growth around this kind of stuff. I don't know. Anything to help people like Anita. I feel like the conversation has to happen, and that's why it makes sense on Stacker News. Yeah, but I definitely think it's definitely a component for people to chime in and, share while they're donating.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been talking to MetaMic about stuff here. He's been asking for ways we can partner together. So maybe this will motivate us to do that.
Cool. All right. Let's get into the next top story. The next top story is trying something new. This is actually this was the same post, right? So how did this post?
Yeah, so this post was just kind of Siggy, as I said, he was like leading up to this. So he was posting regularly, trying to get feedback on what we should do. And he was trying to, I guess, just in this particular case, try to figure out how to name it, when he should time it. Just didn't want to like jump in without testing the waters yet. So
so this is the post prior to him actually making the official post.
It's a pre-post.
Wow, dude, Siggy's out there
hustling, dude.
That's awesome. I love to see
getting out of his leather recliner that he showed.
Well, he's also been on tour, right? So maybe get inspired.
Tour?
Wasn't he at the pub key?
Oh, he was going to pub key.
Yeah.
So he went. He's been going to pub key pretty like whenever there's something going on there. But yeah, for the first, he's been getting out there more. He's trying to get more involved. He said
he's becoming activated.
That's right. He's becoming an activated Bitcoiner. He said he's gonna switch to a Bitcoin standard.
Whoa.
Yeah. He's gonna try to slowly, gradually. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool scene. It's always good seeing activated Bitcoiners come to life.
Mm-hmm.
The next top story is I'm Rob Hamilton, co-founder and CEO of AnchorWatch AMA. This is from Rob1Ham, August 29th, Bitcoin post, 47 comments, 10,000 boosts, 7.6K sats. Woo, doggy. What is this one?
You know what this one is, I assume, because he sent you some sats for it and everything, and talks about you in here.
Wow.
But apparently Rob has been listening to Stacker News Live.
Sorry, Rob.
I don't know if he's like Katie's husband
No, he's not.
or this is one of Katie's NIMs.
No, I think we're stacking SNL.
Stacking viewers on SNL.
Yeah, that's surprising that he actually watches this show.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I don't know why you would watch this.
Yeah, I felt bad too.
I know why my sister watches it, but that's about it.
Yeah, they have like a moral obligation, a familial obligation. Yeah, but pretty cool. He's watching it anyway. Anchor watches like a Bitcoin insurance thing. They're like helping people, like institutional Bitcoin holders. I think also plebs too, hold their Bitcoin in cold storage, but with insurance, which is a pretty novel thing. I don't know of anyone else that really does this kind of non-custodial insurance, because normally you probably have people who custody Bitcoins, like a exchange or something, and they might have to get a bespoke insurer to write them up their own policy. But Anchor Watch is now providing this, kind of as a service, and doing it using Miniscript, and they lay out a variety of schemes. But it's a really interesting product, and I think very much needed, but hard to do. So, cool to see someone take a stab at it. I'd be so intimidated to do this kind of startup personally.
I also thought, didn't it have maybe I misheard him when he told me, but didn't this have like an option to allow other people to sign in like a quorum of a sort, keys, or to sign a transaction or something like that?
Yeah. So this is like this uses multi-sig,
right?
And the insurance company is one of the keys in the multi-sig, which in the script, they like contract themselves in, I think, for the duration of the contract. I'm not sure how else it works exactly, but it sounds like it's very flexible. So
that sounds good. It sounds like it's really, that's how, when I saw him, I feel like I see him all the time, but the last time I saw him
in Austin?
No, but I feel like I saw him at BitBlock Boom, and I didn't get a chance to say hi to him, but I was like, I gave him like one of those, like, hey, I see you. I'm coming around at some point. And then I saw him again, I think at another conference here. And then I think I've seen him just randomly other places, but he had mentioned that part. And I remember thinking like, oh, wow, that's a really needed feature to allow, like, say, your accountant to sign, or even, whoever in your board or whatever to sign something. At least that's how I understood it. He's also been on Peter McCormick and TFTC. So definitely, Stackers, if you're listening, go check out those podcasts. I haven't seen the latest one, but I'm looking forward to checking it out. Yeah. And then here at the bottom, he says, I can't believe this. How did this get the top rated post?
I think all the Stacker news, I think Katie came in and zapped it up.
He goes, oh, cool. I already have a cowboy hat. Yeehaw, car. What? Now I'm anti-cowboy? Is that what's going on here?
Dude, you've established yourself as anti-cowboy.
I'm totally anti-cowboy.
You say things
totally
like
anti-cowboy.
You say things like woo doggy, and then you're anti-cowboy hat. You wear
I won't
cowboy
say woo
boots.
horsey. I won't say it. I won't say woo horsey. And I love how you're like, oh, C-car, it ain't that hard. No, but he got some good questions here. Let's read one. Direct Delta said, since the Trident wallet is open source, what prevents other companies from offering insurance in the same way, undercutting on price and its regulatory barriers? Would that apply to all incumbents as well? And then Rob jumped in. He says, we will be launching an open source coordinator to help recover funds if we cease to exist. But the entire wallet stack as launch won't be open source. As for competitors, we have first mover advantage on lost data, so we will be better able to underwrite the risk. Just like any other insurance product, we need to know the counterparty and the transaction. So yeah, looks like he has it figured out. I got Tony jumping in too. He said, how has the onboarding education been for your target audience? Multi-sig, especially Miniscript stuff, is the easiest to understand, and I feel like your market isn't the highly technical kind. So I'm curious to factor how you're building that into the product. Then Rob says, 100% true. Huge shout out to my co-founder, Becca, who have been leading the charge around UX. She is much newer to Bitcoin and is truly an asset, not a liability in this respect. We have been designing our UX flows in such a way that you don't have to be a technical user. So it looks like he's solving it with design.
Oh, that's the best way to do it. I
Yeah.
find it's very easy to get into the trap where you know everything and you assume your users.
We
do.
were going over Sparrow Wallet, ABDC on Wednesday, and it's dude, Sparrow's amazing. I don't know if you use it, but it's like
No.
it's so like you can like kind of what Paul was saying. You can like hover over things and learn how a transaction works really closely. It reminds me of like a disk utility for some strange reason.
Mm,
It has callbacks to like my sysadmin days, but it reminds me of like a really
that's a good thing.
which is really cool if you're
Yeah.
interested in finding out like the bits and bytes and how they flow and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, trying to show Sparrow to like, a C-suite executive, that's just not going to work. Like, so it's kind of cool that he's looking into that. Great post. Love to see it.
Yeah,
Cool.
he's forward you 20% of SAT. Look at it.
Oh yeah. Then he forwarded all the stackers 20%.
Yeah, Darth Coin, KR, Tony, Car. I don't know if those are the order he put them in there. That's pretty disrespectful. He put you second to last.
I'm more upset that I'm even in there. I'm just like, what? What did I do? But
because he's a huge fan of your work on Stacker News Live.
I'm a huge fan of Rob, dude. Have you met him?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, dude, he's so lovable guy. Super lovable guy.
I can imagine. I mean, if you watch a Stacker News Live, he has to have a heart of gold because he puts up with us.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to see what they keep doing. Anyways, let's jump into the next top post. The next top story is addressing the decline in birth rates. This is a Bitcoin post, August 29th from Jimmy Song. 48 comments, 25K sats. This is another Jimmy post.
Yeah. He's
cranking them out.
He is. I think he's sharing or summarizing some of the points of view in his latest book, Fiat Ruins Everything. And this is one of the points he makes in the book. This is true. I don't know how many people I meet like pushing 30 and beyond who haven't had kids. And, in many cases, even if they plan to have kids later, probably aren't because it is getting too late. I don't have kids. And why? Like it's a very interesting problem to try to address. And Jimmy here suspects that it's fiat and that it's the fact that it's become too expensive to have children. And so we can't have single earner households anymore. Certainly not single earner households where they, own a home. And I don't know. I mean, so in the comment threads, you get a lot of people who disagree with him.
Yeah, Ribbit says this got 5,595 sats. So that just shows you how many sats. How many people agree with this. She said, Ribbit says, Jimmy, you are like Lynn or Guy and other Bitcoin influencers. You have one trick and you keep pounding on it for everything. Not a critique, but an observation. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. To a hammer, everything is a nail. If what you said was true, then it would impact all subcultures with a fiat society. It does not. The Amish and not sure what that word is, are pumping out kids and doubling their population every generation. Why? Why? Question mark. Women's rights. Women do not want to have children. Who would? It's messy. And then he goes on to explain what's really going on. Then you got Blockchain Boog coming underneath him. He says, Ansel Linder is doing a deep dive into this. And this is his take. The rise of feminism and how women don't take pride in being a mom anymore. Instead of starting to have kids in their early 20s, they start in their late 20s, early 30s. By then, they earn more money than men in their dating pool. Then, boom, children are delayed. While, yes, the money is one factor, but it's not the sole reason for low birth rates. Jimmy has been married forever. He has no clue. And then kind of goes into disagreeing with it, it looks like. Yeah, really spicy post. I love that. So what's your take on this? And then I'll go on mine.
Oh, my take. I think there's multiple components to this.
Yeah.
I think there's a huge financial component. I think there's a huge cultural one where there's like an elevation of female role models and even male role models that are childless. There's I think there is another component perhaps in some of like the political idea, like some of the things along political lines, but that's maybe not too different than a cultural one. But I see this. I mean, I see this happening. I don't know why it's happening. It's just as a person who wants to have children and doesn't have them, It's pretty discouraging to me.
I would love to see a breakdown of like the different countries because, you know, like my book, I can only talk is about America and specifically Texas, right? If that makes sense. I don't know if I see this as a problem here in Texas, if I'm being completely honest. Maybe that's kind of, but if I go to any place outside of Austin, I would say there's multiple relationships and people having kids. Even like in my hometown, like still having kids and stuff. So I don't know.
But how could you put that on like out of 10 couples?
Yeah, like if I'm going back to my hometown and I think of like all my friends, they all have kids.
Okay.
So but then here in Austin, you come to places like Austin, right? A lot of people. Yeah, metropolitan. There's a lot of people in their 20s. They're very ambitious, 30s, and they don't have kids, right? I think it's like, what is it, like a 7-to-1 women to male ratio in Austin? I think
it's something. It's big.
It's crazy, right? Yeah. So, but those women that are here, most don't want that, right? Like they don't want kids, in at least from what I can gather.
I think it's fair. It's just, I don't have any problem with someone not wanting to have kids. I think, that's a choice to make, that if you want to make it, but it does concern me about like the human race generally. And like, if they want to have kids, but they are somehow convincing themselves they don't, because they don't have the financial means, because they think it somehow preventing them from doing other things.
I'll say something personal. I'll share something personal. I don't share anything ever personal on the show, but I'll do something personal.
I think Car's brain is swelling from the flu.
Yeah. Plus I'm feeling really sick this week. So I'll probably regret this later. Like in my previous marriage, right? Like we talked about kids and we were going to have kids, and then we didn't, right? But that was more her choice than my choice. So I don't know what changed there. I think it was probably obviously on me, right? Because that's the guy. She's like, I don't want to have his kids, but no, but I'm kidding. But like, you know what I mean? Like I think it has more to do with the woman's view on whatever situation, whatever she's dealing with to make that final decision, right?
Well, it's ultimately, her call.
Yeah, it's her call. Yeah. So I will share that just from a personal experience. But I do think though, me personally, I do think I want kids. Like it's going to happen one way or another.
A little Carlitos going around.
Just a little car going vroom, vroom everywhere, That's not a bad thing.
Okay.
A little Keyan, It should be a little
You're going to have a little Keyan?
No, you should have a little Keyan.
I don't know.
Maybe he can be posting. It'll be like LILK, Lil K. Posted on Stacker News.
I'm giving birth to Stacker News right now. That's enough for me.
But I do think like we have friends that have kids, right? So a lot of them have said like, you just have to make it work. And that's kind of where I'm realizing now, you just make it work with the situation that you're in and life finds a way, right?
Jump in. Yeah, you got to do it. Our parents tried to.
I mean, they tried, right?
I don't know. I'm good minded, but
I mean, but yeah, you look at that, right? And still you appeared and you're very successful, right? So you got to think of it like that. Like if
I'm in a lot of pain, but yes, I agree. Yeah,
so I think
it's not terrible.
I think what Jimmy's trying to say here, maybe I'm reading too much in between the lines, but it seems like we just need to make it happen as Bitcoiners somehow, some way. But if you don't want to make it happen, then don't.
Yeah. Yeah. We need a solution.
But ultimately it's not us, the guy's decision. So it's really up to the woman.
I think it's worth making it really clear when you're dating someone that you want to have kids, probably, and try to find, try to find the people that want to have kids. I think if you do want them, and I think on both sides that needs to be a deliberate undertaking, because I think it's not as guaranteed as maybe it was a generation ago.
Yeah, that's true, right? Like going into a relationship, that should be.
We know someone who went dating and they were like, I want to have 1 million kids, and that's like their number one.
Who?
I don't want to say who they are, but that was like.
Well, give me a clue. Who are you talking about?
That was their number one priority. Let's fucking go. And,
okay, now I know. Now I know who you're talking about.
And that was.
Oh yeah. That was like, dude. He gave me a. Go ahead.
Yeah, that was that person's number one priority. They went into all of their dates with that priority, and they found someone who had the same ones, and they were happy having children, and so I think you just, I think it isn't as common anymore. So you can't make the assumption that you'll find someone you love, and children will naturally come from that.
Dude, I was talking to him, and we don't have to. This is just one last thing. He gave me like a whole list of things that he had as requirements. He didn't tell her about. He had it for himself.
Oh.
So he gave me this. I'll share it with you afterwards. Stackers, if you want to know what this list is, then zap us, and then I'll share it next week. But dude, like he did a whole list thing, and I was like, wow, that was easy. Anyways, shout out LFG guy. Cool. Well, I love that Jimmy keeps posting this stuff. It gets the stackers riled up, and it's working.
No, Jimmy has a very distinct point of view. Like he's willing to write about it clearly, and most people aren't even willing to put in that kind of effort to their.
The only thing I wish he would come in the comments and reply to some of these. Not all of them, just a couple. That's all I'm saying.
I think some of them are a little aggressive towards him. I don't think I would suspect he doesn't like it, and so I think
because of the way they're talking, maybe because if they have,
the energy is, you gotta have some respect for Jimmy. He's been around a long time. He's used to dealing with a bunch of, butt heads. So don't be a butthead.
Stackers, let's have some cordial conversation.
That's right.
If you choose to.
You can disagree. I don't suspect he'll mind disagreeing with him.
Yeah.
Just don't treat him like he's, a piece of trash on the internet.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Next top story is Hal Finney died 9 years ago. RIP. This is a Bitcoin post, August 28th from Quark. 26 comments, 3,522 sats. What happened here?
Well, Hal Finney died. I don't know if you know, but he died.
Man.
Yeah, he died.
Is he still running Bitcoin?
I don't know. He might still be. I don't think so, though. That would be cool if they put a Bitcoin node in his grave with him.
Whoa.
And his cryo.
I thought it was a cryo.
Yeah, he has cryo. So I don't. Well, how cool would that be
if he comes back?
He comes back before we die.
Oh, he's definitely coming back though, in some sort, right? Because you don't know if they're going to do the whole like Black Mirror thing where it's just like an upload.
That's right. Maybe they scan his cryopreserved brain, and next thing
just
you know,
an upload.
Satoshi's back.
Did you ever see that show on Amazon? It's called Upload. There's another version of that.
Oh, I think I did. That's watch
a really
that.
strange one, but
it's kind of a funny show. It seems oriented towards primarily a female demographic, but it still enjoyable.
For the stackers at home, if you don't know who Hal Finney is, he was a American software developer, and people think that he was Satoshi. He did contribute to Bitcoin early on and received the first Bitcoin transaction from Satoshi. So, for the stackers at home,
real wizard, worked on PGP. I think he resided most of his life in Santa Barbara, which is a beautiful part of California. If you haven't been.
Yeah.
PGP is kind of, on the front lines of, digital privacy, digital rights.
Yeah. Yeah. I love Hal Finney. Legend. Cool. And it looks like the top post was, instead of the having, we should call it the having.
Hal Finney.
Hal Finney for Hal. That's nice.
I like that one. It's also Martin Luther King's "I Have a Dream" speech is also
the same day.
The anniversary is on the same day.
Yeah. The final top story of the week is RoboSats is decentralizing. How to become a RoboSats Federation coordinator. This is from Peer-to-Peer Bitcoin, August 25th. Bitcoin post, 17 comments, 4,384 sats. What was this?
Yeah, this is cool. We've been covering RoboSats since it first launched. I think Reckless Satoshi, when they initially launched, even posted it on Stacker News. And it's been really cool to see their rise. They've just been doing more and more volume. Very, very cool product that a lot of people love. But now they're, it's centralized. They had one RoboSats instance available via Onion address, but that's still on some level vulnerable. Like if, somehow, I don't know, they fall out of compliance with regulations, or for some other reason they stop existing, RoboSats goes away, which has become this, this pretty critical and important for, receiving sats in a free way. It could disappear. And so they're decentralizing, and they're doing it by adopting a federated model. And within this post, they explain kind of what's required to become a federation member. you know, what it entails, like what you can expect. And then it also has a link to apply to become a Federation member so that they can, you know, presumably like vet that you meet the requirements for it. But really, you know, really exciting. We might see, I mean, something like this will ensure RoboSats will exist for a long time.
Are they a startup or what are they, Keyan? Do you know?
I don't think they are. I mean, I think
they didn't raise any money to do this.
Probably not. I would guess. I mean, they could be, but I would guess.
I wish people would say that. Personally, I mean, it doesn't matter either way, but I just wish people would say that.
Well, they say right there. They said maintaining the code base will be donations. We do not accept venture capital investments.
Okay, so maybe they haven't received any venture capital.
I would guess not. And and it kind of makes sense because exchange they do take fees, and that might be
it might just be the guys or women who are bootstrapping this from the beginning. Which is even more impressive.
Like a team, yeah.
It's like, quite honestly, that's like really way more impressive than.
Oh yeah, a bootstrap business. Anytime I meet someone who has a successful bootstrap,
yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, oh, you must be an insane person because it's so hard.
Yeah.
So this is amazing.
Cool.
Those guys are cool.
Yeah. What did the stackers say? We got new Nim. He says, cool. Another way to stack sats. I might give this a try this weekend. Post an update. Mallard's head says. BTC Manual says, very cool. Just giving LN nodes another opportunity to deploy liquidity and add to building out the yield curve for Lightning. Is there a yield curve for Lightning? I thought there wasn't anymore.
No, you get yield. It's maybe not. It's as most people understand it. Yeah, it's very hard to become like very profitable. You have to as more and more people become Lightning routing nodes and get more experience, it's just going to be more competitive.
You got Space Holler. He says, great stuff. A reason for me to study Lightning and set up a node. Absolutely. Yeah. This is one of the main reasons to participate with, because they have an Umbrel, right? They have Umbrel.
Yeah, they have like, you can access RoboSats from Umbrel. Like they have like the front end available.
Cool.
Via Umbrel.
Nice. And that's it for the top 5 stories of the week. We're going to jump into our stories. I'm just going to I picked this first one. If you don't know, TabConf is next week. PlebLab is doing a hackathon with our friends at Zebedee. Sign up. We got over 10K in prizes. Over 10K. And there's only 4 stackers. 4 different categories.
Nice.
Just best hack, LNURL, Lightning, Nostr. People were asking me why LNURL and Lightning. LNURL just because it's very easy for new builders to come in, create something very simple. It's low hanging fruit for new builders. So that's why we have that category. And then Lightning. Dude, I saw Cantrell. Cantrell posted on Twitter that he's going to join the hackathon.
Oh,
which is crazy. Yeah. And then we have the Nostr category, of course. And then just best hack. Got the trophy too.
Oh, I saw that.
It's right there. Right when you come in the lobby, you see the trophy. Those are our sponsors. But there's a lot of templates here. A lot of stuff to get engaged. We're going to be doing spaces here in like 20 minutes after this. Whoop. So the other top story I wanted to bring up was...
I'm also presenting at TabConf.
Oh, are you really?
Come see why you shouldn't use Stacker News. That's going to be one of my talks.
Is that the name of your...
That's the name of my talk. And then I'm serious about it. It's not a gimmick. And then the other...
Wait, how many panels are you doing, Mr. Celebrity?
I guess I have 3. I'm doing a workshop on Web of Trust. I'm doing a panel on Lightning. And I'm doing why you shouldn't use Stacker News.
Jeez, look at this guy.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Keyan's blowing up. Your stars is rising.
That's right.
Stars are rising. If Nick Carter was here, you'd be so proud.
Yeah, we might.
You think your star is rising because he touched you? He touched your pendulum.
Who touched my pendulum?
Nick Carter.
Oh,
when he touched your thing, remember?
Did he actually touch it?
Yeah, he put his hands on you. Dude, it's really romantic.
It's a bit of.
Do you think ever since then, your star has risen? Because
that could be it. I could have got some of his stardust on me, and it's just taking me up, dude.
Nick, come by the lab, bro.
Yeah, come and touch.
Come and touch Keyan.
Yeah, can you pay?
Spray your stardust.
Let us send you ETH or Solana.
Oh, dude, we have your boys here, so come on, let's go. Anyways, I don't know how we sidetracked into that.
I don't know either.
The other story I want to bring up was this one. is Brian Armstrong on Stacker News. This is from KR, 22 comments, 9,340 sats. What happened here, Keyan?
Oh, yeah, I have no idea. So, I wrote this rant, like Kevin Rook posted this tweet about how we had a lot of like activity on Stacker News for the last month. And I responded, 80% of like with a joke with like a dumb shit post where it's like 80% of these are me responding to support requests. The other 20% is Darth Coin calling people a shit coiner. And I was, just a dumb post. It actually had like 4 likes on it or something at the time.
It has 23 likes now.
But then I wake up in the morning and I see like someone that says they're Brian Armstrong had liked it. And I'm like,
but it is Brian Armstrong. Though,
but then I check and then it's Brian Armstrong. And I'm like, what is Brian? Why?
So it's not a fake Brian Armstrong.
It's not a fake. I mean, unless they have a fake Brian Armstrong who has all of the badges and 1.2 million followers.
I'm just saying, dude. Of course he's on Stacker News.
I'm pretty sure he's not.
How do you think he found out about Lightning?
So my theory is someone the next day went on.
I'm kidding, Brian. We love you here.
Wow, car reach in there.
No, seriously. Like I don't think people really respect what the guy has done. Like literally created the first Bitcoin exchange. Have you seen his documentary? I mean, he's done a lot of like stuff that we probably as Bitcoiners don't want to happen with the privacy and the SEC and all that crap and like that, and
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, dude, the guy built a freaking Bitcoin exchange and is dominating. Like, how do you not respect that?
Yeah. I mean, I respect his, the things that the success, of the things that he's done in some respects.
Plus he's a native Texan.
Is he really?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I saw an interview with him early on in his career when he was talking about growing up in Houston or being from Houston.
Oh, I had no idea. Okay. Well, anyway, so someone posted to Stacker News the next day, a blog post by Brian Armstrong that was like a blog post about things in the crypto investing area that he thinks are like areas that he thinks are promising because Coinbase is so big. They have a venture fund like so many of these giant companies do that just have so much capital.
They've given grants and they've given sponsorships to Bitcoin conferences. So Bitcoin developer conferences, I should say.
I think that might be different than their venture arm, but they probably have several of these types of subsidiaries. But they're not immune to Bitcoin companies, and I think they'll participate in Bitcoin companies. I know some of them who have received from their fund. Anyway, that he listed out these areas, and so my suspicion is the reason why he liked my post is he was doing a survey of like crypto projects and came across Stacker News. And then he went on my Twitter to see for whatever reason, and then liked this post. That's basically my theory.
Wait, did one of your people tell you this from San Fran?
No, this is my theory. I read this blog post.
So no one told you like, oh,
no.
Okay,
I'm
just checking.
I suspect he did it. Maybe
I don't see why he wouldn't like Stacker News. There's another guy named Ev on here too, right? We've been saying it might be Evan.
Oh,
do you remember EV?
I don't think he's been on there a while. I mean, I suspect these guys, come across Stacker News. I don't think they're like regular people.
Yeah, not regular, but they're definitely.
And he's not following me or anything. It's just,
dude. There's so many people I met at PlebLab Boom. We're talking about, oh, hey, see you in Stacker News, Stacker, yeah, and I never never see them like.
Where were they? I didn't meet any of them.
They were at the conference.
I see.
You have to go say hi.
Oh, well, I don't do that.
Anyways, just wanted to share this. And then got Monaco with the best comment. It says, what if Brian Armstrong is Darth Coin? That's what I'm saying. Gosh.
What if he is? He's not.
No, man. He's not. It'll be like he's spending way too much time.
Yeah, he would be. I mean, then I have Matt. Then I'd
would make sense though,
yeah.
Right? Like, he's built a Citadel, or is he actually trying to figure out how to implement Lightning? So they're
very related.
Very related.
Yeah. Very similar.
Anyway, that's all my top posts of the week. Keyan. Keyan's post was a brief monologue on value for value. This is from We All Are Satoshi, 25 comments, 121,000 sats.
Yeah, we can go over this quick, but We Are All Satoshi has been doing fantastic work on Stacker News on the open source project. Like lots of stuff that people have been asking for a long time. And what's really cool is they're getting all that stuff done. The things that dyed in the wool stackers want to see that, you know, I haven't actually delivered, and they're doing a really fantastic job, like, and getting it done really fast. And so this post is about them saying that this is, you know, they might not be writing a lot on Stacker News, might not be participating in a lot of discussions,
But they are helping.
They are providing value, and this is the way they've found a way to provide value.
It would be cool to see people's, like, if we went to his, I mean, probably doesn't have it shared, but it'd be cool to have it.
Well, yeah,
like,
he says, I like to contribute to Stacker News, and he links to his GitHub where he's been.
Okay,
probably
cool.
has all of his activity. But yeah, it'd be cool to see, you know, open source, maybe give him a badge.
Yeah, zap him.
Zap him up.
Zap him up right
I mean,
now.
people zapped up this post pretty good.
Yeah.
Zapped him 100K sats.
Thank you for your service, Hero Satoshi. The next top story that you wanted to bring up was Bitcoin Plus Nix edition. This is happening in Berlin, October 6th and 7th. From Nifty and Nay, 3 comments, 40K boost, 12,000 sats. Keyan, what's this?
Yeah. So my neighbor, my PlebLab neighbor, Lisa, is throwing another Bitcoin Plus conference, which he's very subscribed, very popular Bitcoin, like highly technical Bitcoin conferences. And this time it's on Nix, which is, you know, kind of this, I think, this emerging and soon to be, you know, even more popular dev tool situation where it helps you set up kind of build environments in a like a deterministic way, in a declarative way. Anyway, I just thought that'd be cool. It's in Berlin. I know there are a lot of stackers who are located in Germany. You should go if you're interested in Nix at all. Lots of cool Bitcoiners will be there as well. I know someone who's going that I don't want to say who's going.
What do you mean? You know,
I know someone who's attended other than my neighbor, Lisa.
Oh, wow.
That's right.
Yeah, tickets are relatively priced really well. So definitely buy like 10 of them. Oh, you can only buy 2. Can you only buy 2? Oh, you can only buy 2. You buy more? Oh, you can buy 10 of these. There you go. Buy them, stackers.
Buy them. Sponsor other people to go.
Absolutely. That's probably, I think, is the biggest thing. If there's any Bitcoin companies in that Berlin area, they should sponsor 2 or 3 tickets. That's the way to do it, especially during the spare market, man. It's brutal. Cool. And I think that's all the top stories we have. Let's jump into the top stackers. This is a super stat segment for the week, right? Super stat segment. Obviously, Siggy 47 won the week.
Killed it. Although that should probably be Anita. That's maybe kind of a bug because he forwarded all the stats to her. But
yeah, how does that work?
So this stacked amount, this is probably not accounting for the forwards. And so those sats didn't go to his account, they went to Anita's account, but in this tally, it's including them.
Oh, so she won't show up on here then.
She should, but she isn't. So it's probably a bug. It's pretty much a bug.
Is it a bug or a feature?
I mean, Siggy's responsible for the sats being stacked, but in truth, if you get down to it, Anita stacked the sats. Truth of it. Bird Eye, We Are All Satoshi, Gray Ruby. Look at all these stackers. There's like, it's crazy because there used to be like this top 21.
Look at Jimmy's in there too.
This top 21 used to be filled with people with like 1,000, earning 1,000 sats.
That is true.
Oh, every week.
You guys are dropping sats, man. I'm seeing more zaps on Stacker News than I'm seeing on Nostr these days. I don't know why that is, but it feels like it.
Well, yeah.
And then we got so that's top stackers. Then we got the most boring segment in Bitcoin, the Cowboys.
The best segment in Bitcoin. Take that, Kevin Rook lightning round. Or
what? You calling out Rook, bruh?
I could call out Rook.
Wait, does he have because he has it on the show, the lightning round.
Yeah.
That's a way better segment than this segment.
Is what? The lightning
round.
Lightning round? Oh, you're wrong.
Because
ask Super actually.
The cow, like who, like you think that stackers tell us is this Cowboy segment more boring than Kevin Rook's lightning round segment on his podcast?
Oh, absolutely not. They love the Cowboy segment.
All right, giddy up. Let's go.
Giddy up, howdy boys. Get them, wrangle them. Check your boots for snakes.
Oh Lord.
because they might be there. Yeah. Anyway, we got Siggy at the top, Exeus, Orthworm. I'm rising in the ranks finally getting the credit I deserve for all the cowboy activities I do. Car nowhere to be seen. What's
I've
up
been
with that?
sick this week, bro.
Oh, I see.
But I wouldn't even make it up there. You got to be at least what 15-day threshold.
Probably it's
That-
you probably got to be. Yeah, I don't know who's at the bottom there.
Yeah, look, well, I bet you'll find me somewhere. I mean, I get them every once in a while. Look, Carmen's in there. Look at that. But I probably, yeah. It's been a slow. I've been out of commission, guys.
I think that's fair. I think you should be able to go on a sick leave
I've
with
been
your cowboy
almost
hat.
dying. Dude, I've been having crazy dreams, bro.
Oh, that's amazing.
Not
Anything
really.
good in there?
Well, it was like, okay, let's just jump into the end of the show. Okay, that's pretty much it, guys. Yeah, I think it's just like weird seeing like weird visions when you're sleeping, and then like seeing the ending to a story. Does that make sense?
What?
Yeah, it's
Bro,
weird.
What? Ending a what story?
Just like my story.
Your life story?
No, it was just like it was almost like a you ever watch not like a movie, but it was like these, different storylines. It's just like,
Okay,
oh, that's
they're
into
like
that storyline. And then the
vignettes.
story. It was
Yeah.
weird. Weird stuff. It's weird how the brain operates when it's sick.
Yeah. It's like swelling up and like doing all kinds of
Yeah, man.
Weird
It makes
stuff.
you wonder, like where is this coming from? Anyways,
the other
Keyan,
world, dude.
what are you doing this weekend?
What am I doing this weekend? I think I'm mostly going to be writing my my TabConf workshop.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, it's like the first day, first talk, and it's hard to transition from code to doing
Oh, wow.
something like
You
that.
did the Web of Trust one already, but I'm pretty sure it's updated one, right?
Yeah, this one needs to be probably more in depth. I think that's what is
Yeah, man.
demanded. It won't be. It'll be like an in between step between my final Web of Trust workshop, which I'll probably
Should
do
you
sometime in the future.
should you shout out Nick Carter at the end of the?
Yeah, I'll give him a shout out. I'll like kiss my hand and then reach up to the rising star himself.
That'd be funny. If you see Keyan or me at TabConf next week, make sure to say hi. Let us know you're a Stacker News Live viewer. We got 2 comments in the fountain. Boost, Blockchain Book says Zap. Then we have user 995 says yo. That was from last week's episodes. Fiat ruins everything. Cool. I think this weekend
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna try to get better before TabConf. I don't want to get anybody sick.
What do you
so.
do while you're sick? What's your like go-to TV?
Really just try to
movies?
sleep, dude.
Sleep?
Like try to sleep, and then I'll watch. I started watching The Lord of the Rings, so I had that playing, in the background. Dude, Frodo and Bilbo. Is it Bilbo? Bilbo Baggins? No,
Yeah,
not
it's
Bilbo.
like grandfather.
Yeah. I didn't realize how very similar they are this time around watching it. Anyway,
That's kind of interesting. I usually watch action movies when I'm sick. I don't know why.
Really?
It's weird. I like it. Bruce Willis come up with any bad stuff lately?
What did I see? No, I think that was just Lord of the Rings. I was watching. Anyways, Stackers, if you're out there, you're feeling tired, feeling sick, make sure get your zinc, get your vitamin C, get some sun, eat some noodle, and have a great weekend. We'll see you next time.
Zap.